Hey guys, I lied and it's taking longer than an hour to completely thaw this out. But the interesting part, it was like deep freezer frozen too. This pan is ice cold because it was taking all of the frozen and bringing it out. But you can see, I mean, this was like ice block frozen. So you can see that it has defrosted quite a bit of it. Just there is a little bit of frozen left. Okay. But it does work. I just didn't give it long enough and I'm getting hungry and I don't want to get trapped. Not trapped, but I don't want to be, I'm tempted to eat something I'm not supposed to eat. So I am starting the soup. And this is going to be a while, so I will be doing a shorter reel of this later. So we're going to start, though. And I thought just for my live audience, I'm not going to include this part in the reel I'm going to do. I'm going to do a condensed version later. But I thought I would share with you, and I'm going to edit this part out of the next one, but I'm going to show you like the top 5 products that I would highly recommend that you grab for your kitchen. I'm going to start with the one in my hand. This is our mix and chop. It is plastic. You know, I'm getting away from plastics. I have not found a wooden one or a metal one that works as good as this, because it's not just the pinwheels. It is the how many there are too, and it's just comfortable and it breaks the meat apart super, super fast. So no more using like one bladed spatula. You've got 5 here and it's super easy. It's super easy to do. So I would recommend you grab this one. Obviously my stainless steel cookware, I would highly recommend, lifetime guaranteed. And if you use it properly, it is non-stick, but it does not have a non-stick coating. You do have to figure out how to use stainless steel. Lots of videos on YouTube for that. But I mean, I used my stainless steel last night for my steaks and my egg, and it lifted right off, and it's, well, I'll show you. See? No stains, it's fine. It's good, okay? So stainless steel cookware. I did not plan this out before, so I didn't get anything out. I will say that my knife set is great. It is a 5-piece bread knife, chef's knife, utility knife, which I cut cheese with this morning for a snack, and then the paring knife. And then these are just our 2 steak knives that we use all the time because we eat a lot. But this is like a basic set of really sharp knives with a lifetime guarantee. And so like the last set of knives you'll ever need. What are we up to? 1, 2, 3. 2 more. I know. I have to show you. Okay, you know that if I have it in a 5th wheel kitchen, it's mandatory, right? So I don't care if you have knife skills or not. This is the Rapid Prep mandolin. Just drop mandolin in the comments and I will send you a video of me using this. I love it. Anytime I am making a salad, a soup, a scramble with eggs in it, or veggies in it, tacos, it goes on and on. It is hands down, it's great. And you know what the last one I'm going to do is my food thermometer. It has this probe here, instantly tells you what the temperature is supposed to be. It is cold in my house. Oh my gosh. but it also tells you the different kinds of meats. And so like chicken, it says it has to be 165, beef, lamb, medium rare and medium well, fish, medium and well done, and then pork. So it's instant. And also it has magnets on the back, and it comes with this probe that is now stuck on my, there it goes. It also comes with this probe, so you can stick this in the side. I'm fumbling. You can stick this in the side today, and you can stick this on the outside of your oven or your roasting pan or your whatever, and stick this into the meat inside, and it will tell you what the temperature is without opening the door and letting cold air in. So you can also put that probe on the outside of your grill or your Traeger or whatever the case may be, and it's absolutely phenomenal. If you have ever undercooked or overcooked any cut of meat, it's mandatory. All right. Now, back to where I'm going to cut that part out for the reel. That's just for people who watch my lives. And I am using this to break the meat up into bite-sized pieces. All right. I'm not going to do them too small, but you can pretty much do this until they're as fine as you want them to be. That's good. That is good. There we go. So to this, I should just get everything out now while we're waiting. I'm going to be eventually adding my homemade chicken broth. By the way, I haven't dug into it too deep, but apparently there's this huge conspiracy theory about people who have really dug into the broth that you can buy in the store. And apparently there is zero difference between chicken stock and chicken broth if you buy it in the stores. So if you're going to buy your homemade or your store-bought stuff, just get the cheap stuff, because there's really no difference to it. Don't waste your money on the stock. Also, if you want it even cheaper, just grab better than bouillon chicken. Add water. You're going to save so much money, you guys. So much. Okay. That's almost done all the way. I'm also going to get my duck eggs out. Not my duck eggs. Oh yeah, I'm going to do that. Oh my goodness. My husband dropped some coffee grounds in the egg whites. And I hate when he wastes the egg whites. Because you guys know he puts egg yolk in his coffee every morning. I only have 4 boiled eggs left. So it's a good thing I defrosted. Oh well, I'm just going to put the shells in here for now. It's a good thing I defrosted the meat, so I have more bulk to my soup. But I'm going to show you, now this is a carnivore recipe, and very, very easy to make this not carnivore. You can add any vegetables you want. You could add any soup base you want. We have a beautiful line of soup mixes with Pampered Chef that are absolutely delicious. Super easy. It just requires, you know, broth and the seasoning and whatever you want inside it. But these are fresh eggs, and they're doing, it's a really terrible job. Like, it's sticking like crazy. Really ugly. But it is what it is. We're gonna eat them. But the flavors I'm going to put into this are good, whether you use veggies or not. If you can add rice to this, you can add beans to this, you could add noodles to this. In fact, I'm not going to lie, I don't think we would be straight carnivore. Damon can disagree with me if he watches this. I don't think we would be straight carnivore if we still had the kids living at home, because it's not a cheap way to go. And I would probably still add rice to this to bulk it up for the boys. Because kids eat a lot, man. Okay. More dishes for me. I don't know why I should have just peeled them into the trash can. Okay. Burger's cooked. Next is I'm running the broth under water to remove it from the container. These plastic containers are so great, and it's easy for you to push on the bottom and pop the broth out too. So if you need a link for those, let me know. You can send me a DM, or you can just say, where'd you get those containers in the comments, and I'll send you that link too. So now, I'm going to get those, where's my lid? I'm going to get those, that broth melted down. I'm going to rinse this out, and I'm going to get everything else ready. Because I'm just going to throw the eggs in at the end. I'll just use the same knife I used for the cheese earlier, so I'm not getting more stuff dirty. I'm just quartering the eggs. These are small eggs. These are eggs from our Icelandic chickens. And they are done medium. They're kind of jammy on the inside, and I love eggs like this. Okay. So we've got that. And then to the end also, my green onions are not doing so well. But did you know that you can put the base of a green onion? I need to take care of these better. You can put the base of a green onion in water, and it will continue to grow. So you can buy green onions once and use them as many times as you can, as long as you keep, take care of them. I have not been taking care of mine. You do have to rinse the water every couple of days if you want them to stay nice. But I'll show you the roots in a minute. You can see how old these are. And it's still, it's still providing new growth. I just haven't removed the old stuff in a while. So shame on me. I got caught up with my job, with life. It just gets busy, It just gets busy. And then you forget to do even the small things, so. Trash. Okay, now I'll show you. Look how long these roots are. That's how long I've had these green onions in the, hi Rhonda. That's how long I've had these onions in this cup. And I just rinsed the water out yesterday, but it's kind of cloudy. So I might just change cups is what I'm gonna do. It probably needs that every once in a while. I didn't think about that. New water. So after my soup is done, I'm going to clip the greens off of these onions, and I'm going to put them in my soup too, because they're delicious and they add. The stuff I peeled off was kind of like old and slimy or crispy, and so I'm not putting it in my stock. But if I decide, like if I were to go on a trip or I'm not going to pay attention to the green onions anymore, I would definitely use the tops of the onions in a recipe and then put the roots and all of the bottom of the onion in the stock bag. But if it's slimy or gross or anything, I don't use that in the stock. That's a great question. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I had another question I'm going to address really quick. I had a question on Monday from a friend who's never made chicken stock before, or beef stock, never made broth before. And so if you're going to make chicken broth, chicken stock, or beef broth, or anything like that, you can just boil it on the stovetop for a few hours, and that's a lovely broth. It's not a bone broth, but it's a lovely broth, and you're not wasting food. You're not wasting the bones. You're not wasting the nutrients or the flavor of the vegetable scraps and things like that. And it's fine. You don't have to go all out. You don't have to make bone broth every time you make broth. You just don't. And in fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and say if you don't have a pressure cooker and you don't have a roasting pan, just make broth. Don't worry about it, because it's kind of a pain in the tail to make a true bone broth. Now, there's two kinds of broth. There's the broth or the broth, whether it's a bone broth or just regular broth. There's broth for soup, and there's broth for recipes. She just wanted to, she says she makes quite a few things that call for beef broth. That does not require the ends of all kinds of vegetables. It does not require salt and pepper. It does not require bay leaves or anything else. You can just put salt and bones or your bones in a pot and boil it and make a stock. Whether it's chicken bones, chicken broth, or chicken bones equal chicken broth, or beef bones equal beef broth. And you can just put the salt and the bones. And if you're going to be using the broth in a recipe, that's all you have to do. Honestly, that's all you have to do. However, I very rarely, hi Lori, good to see you. I very rarely make broth for other recipes. Like, you know, Damon and I don't do rice anymore. We very rarely, like, we had some scalloped potatoes up at my mom's on Easter for hers, but like, we don't make it here. So we we don't make casseroles. I can't think of anything else, like macaroni and cheese. Like, we don't make anything that requires putting broth in a recipe. So all of my broth is boiled down with like the garlic peels, the onion peels, the salt, the bay leaves, apple cider vinegar, like all of the things. And it gives it an amazing flavor. Like right now, my kitchen smells amazing because I flavored the broth, because I put all those things in the broth. But if you want broth for the medicinal purposes of just having broth, if you want to use it for recipes, just boil it for like an hour or two. In fact, just Google it. Google it how long you have to boil it in order to have broth. You don't have to flavor it. You don't have to have all those veggie scraps in your freezer like the rest of us crazies do. You can just do that. So I just wanted to share that all the extra scraps and everything is not necessary for you to make broth. It just gives it flavor, which is what I want in my soups because that is 99.9999999% of the things that I make with my broth is soup. Those were frozen solid, so it's just going to be probably 5 more minutes before that. Hi, Chanel. Is that Chanel? Is that how you pronounce your name? Yeah, so that's why I flavor my broth, is because we use it for soups all of the time. Okay. Once this is done, for those who are interested and don't want to stay till the end, once the broth is simmering in with the burger in there, I'm going to be adding the cut up boiled eggs. I'm going to be adding now these black bits in there is from the coffee that my husband did not pay attention to. Oh, good. I said it right. Names, I trip over my words all the time. Names are important. And I'm going to throw this out there. Whoever needs to hear it, if you have a name that is not spelled easily or normal or whatever, if anyone misspells your name or mispronounces your name, it is okay for you to correct them. Names are important. And it annoys me all the time when people put an E at the end of my name. Like, literally on social media, you can see my name right there. It's not hard to edit and take the E out. Bugs me. Anyway, to the soup. Let's get back to this. The cut up eggs we're carnivore. This is a carnivore soup. As a reminder, you could add whatever veggies you want to add to yours. Beans, grains, rice, like, it doesn't matter. Noodles. Up to you. It's your food. I'm adding the jammy eggs I cut up, boiled eggs, and my husband puts egg yolk in his coffee every morning, and I don't like wasting, so I'm going to swirl the egg whites around to make like a, egg drop soup type dealio. I'm actually probably going to grab another couple of duck eggs to add to that and mix it up. And then also to that, again, your soup, you get to pick what you do with it. I'm going to taste the salt content, and if it needs more salt, I'm going to actually add coconut amino acids or soy sauce or shoyu. All mean the same thing. Coconut aminos, soy sauce, and shoyu, same thing. Okay? So I'm going to add that for the salt instead of adding more salt. And then toasted sesame oil. That is going to be drizzled in there for flavor. So here I am cracking 2 duck eggs. Why duck eggs? Because we have a crap ton of them. We really, really do have so many duck eggs because they're laying like crazy. And while I have friends and family that will eat chicken eggs because they're laying like crazy too, not a lot of people like duck eggs for some strange reason. We love them. They have more of a egg taste to them, but they're also more nutritious. They have more protein. And so we eat them. I have some friends, my homeschooling mom friends, that will also eat them. I have a friend, Janae, shout out to Janae. She made my cinnamon rolls for Easter. She uses them for her baking. She bakes professionally, and she uses my duck eggs in her breads and pastries and things like that. Someone's always misspelling your name too. Like, it's not hard, you guys. People just need to pay attention. It's so crazy. This smells amazing. I have 1 ice chunk left, and then it's gonna start simmering. And for those who didn't hear the last time, the reason I'm making this is because the last time I made this, Damon had thirds. And I had enough left to put like this much into one of these containers back in the fridge. and he ate that too. So it's really, really tasty. And it's simple to make. I mean, especially if you're like me and you already have the ingredients, no grocery shopping involved. So last time I didn't have burger thawed, so I didn't add hamburger. This one has hamburger, two containers of broth. I think it's okay already for me to start warming up my egg bites so that those are warm, but don't put the scrambled eggs until it's simmering, because we're gonna swish it around and make egg drop soup with it. And this goes a long way, like a long way. I probably just put probably half of a teaspoon in there. It's gonna flavor the whole pot. This thing lasts forever. Also, if you like spice, I found this at Costco. Chili Crunch. Totally add that to the top. If you like spice, you guys, that is delightful. All right, let's give it a taste and see if it needs the coconut aminos for more salt. It smells so good. No salt needed. I salted it properly. And it's hot. It's not simmering, but it's hot. So go ahead and just start moving your broth around and start drizzling your scrambled egg into the pot. I don't know how you like your egg. I like my egg all the way done. My whites need to be done all the way. It also makes it this beautiful cloudy color. So I'm going to wait until I could start seeing the egg white strings in this before I call it done. I'm starting to. But I cannot do, like Damon can do the egg yolk in his coffee and stuff. I cannot do raw egg. I am not there yet. Everybody's on different paths with their health journey. I am not there yet. He wants me to be there. I can't help you. But this is so good, and this is such a good carnivore soup. And like I said, I'm going to say it one more time because I get messages. Add your veggies. You could add canned veggies, you could add frozen veggies, you could add dehydrated veggies, you could add freeze-dried veggies, you could add rice, you could add rice noodles, you could add your regular noodles. You can leave out the boiled egg if you think it's weird. Like seriously, you can make your soup however you want to. It's your house, it's your food. This is how we like ours. Yep, I'm starting to see the egg whites get cooked up, you guys. So I'm gonna have a bowl for my lunch. I'll show you what it looks like. And then I'm gonna let it get cooled off. I'm gonna put it in the fridge. And then Damon will have soup for dinner if he wants it, or I will make him steak. Like, I don't care. Whatever he wants, I will make him. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's scoop it up. By the way, I know it sounds weird because I sell Pampered Chef and that this is Pampered Chef, but I am in the market for a metal ladle because this is plastic and or silicone. I'm trying to get away from that. So I'm not going to be spending money on something that I don't absolutely need. So I'm not going to go buy one right now. But like any local friends see one in a thrift shop or something like that, send me a message. All right, where are my shears? I should have named these in my top 5. These are amazing. Okay, hold on really quick. I'm going to just cut off 2 things because of my one bowl, right? I have one bowl. So I'm just going to clip my green onion into the top. I don't want any chili oil. I'm not feeling the spice today, so I'm not going to add that, but you definitely could. And here we go. This is what it looks like, you guys. This is the soup. That's good. I win. All right, I'm going to eat lunch. Thanks for checking it out. I'm going to put this into a shorter reel later so that people don't have to watch that whole live, but there were a lot of tips in there, and my top 5 earlier on for my live people. I win.